how could it be that the Torah teaches us two exactly opposite things from the same pasuk? The Torah says, "Lo ta'asun ken Hashem Elokeichem." Do not do this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does this mean? So Chazal say it's a prohibition to build a Beit Mikdash, to build a bama or an altar in every place. We have to have only one Beit Mikdash in Yerushalayim, or in one place. It used to be in Shiloh, Mishkan, and then Yerushalayim, and that's it. So it's an Isser, it's a prohibition to build in every place, to build places of holiness. On the other hand, Chazal say, Lo tasun ken Hashem Elokeichem is a prohibition to tear down a shul or an altar or Beit HaMikdash. So wait a second. Is the prohibition a prohibition to build a place of holiness, or a prohibition to tear down or to destroy a place of holiness? How could it be that two opposite things are learned from the same verse? And I believe the Torah is teaching us here something very, very interesting. The Torah is saying if you're building a Beit Mikdash everywhere you are, that's not building Kedusha. That's the opposite of Kedusha. Because Kedusha, living a holy life, doesn't mean you're living in a Beit Mikdash, in a holy bubble near your house. No, that's not the way you're supposed to live. Beit Mikdash, the Holy of Holies, is a place where in Yerushalayim, you visit it a few times a year, and it's important. It's an obligation, Shalosh Regalim, and it gives you the inspiration, and you get inspired to live a life of holiness wherever you are, with all the complexity of life. When the Torah says, Ki yirchak mimcha makom, when the Beit HaMikdash is far from you, that's not the default. If you live far away from Beit HaMikdash, it's not ideal. No, it's ideal. Eretz Yisrael is a large country. You're not supposed to live in the Beit Mikdash. You're supposed to live wherever you're living, with all the complexities of life that our Parsha talks about, with false prophets, Nevi'ei Sheker, and people who try to deter you from the way of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Mesitim u'Medichim, and with desires, Psar Tava, all kinds of human desires that don't always correlate with what the Torah wants from us. That is life. And the Torah says, the Beit Mikdash gives you the inspiration to live in a complex situation, to be able to turn it into something holy, and to live the holiness within the complexities of life. And that means that sometimes you're going to have to demolish the bad things. You can't accept everything. You have to get rid of certain bad things, bad phenomena, like Nevi'ei Sheker and Avodah Zarah and Ira Nidachat. And sometimes you have to know how to contain it. Psar Tava, certain human desires to eat good food. Okay, so within the kashrut restrictions, shchita, another kosher shchita, and other things, we contain the desires and you can enjoy life. And that is the way you live a holy life. That is building Kedusha, by being able to be inspired by the Beit Mikdash, to visit it a few times a year, and be a holy Jew anywhere you are. And that is the real Kedusha. That is building Kedusha. Ki am kadosh ata Hashem Elokecha. On one hand, sitting in the house of Hashem, Hashem kol yemei chayai, aval ulevaker bechalo, being able to visit it, get inspired from it, and uplift the reality that surrounds us, and to live a holy life in all aspects. Shabbat Shalom.